Welcome to victory, yay! This is my Kevin Durant lineup. Just got the 107 out of position center Kevin Durant today. So point guard Kevin Durant, shooting guard Kevin Durant, small forward Kevin Durant, power forward Kevin Durant, center Kevin Durant. Let's play 4 showdown games. I have Golden State Warrior jerseys and Brooklyn Nets court to celebrate Kevin Durant. Now Kevin Durant drives in, one-handed shot, misses that shot. So my top 5 greatest NBA basketball players of all time. Number 1, Kevin Durant. Number 2, Kevin Durant. Number 3, Kevin Durant. Number 4, Kevin Durant. And number 5, Kevin Durant. My opponent has Boston Celtic jerseys. And then we block up. Kevin Durant drives in. One-handed shot. 90 overall. Point guard, Kevin Durant. He was a goal ticket. I'm going to try to score with every Kevin Durant in my lineup. Kevin Durant, number 35. Kevin Durant drives in. Good defense. Kevin Durant passes the ball to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant with a dunk. Valentine's. Kevin Durant. Shooting guard. No, my opponent misses the shot. Kevin Durant drives in. Kevin Durant slam dunk. Center Kevin Durant. Just got him today. Let's play defense. Now Kevin Durant, of course, is one of the greatest basketball players in NBA history. And right now he's injured, but he'll come back stronger and better than ever. Because I believe in this. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant. There's a little bit of lag, but Kevin Durant. Small forward Kevin Durant. And now it's a basic elite Kevin Durant. Now Kevin Durant, people call him a snake, but I think he should embrace that name because snakes are cool. Being the villain sometimes is very cool. Now people also made fun of him, called him a cupcake, and he's embraced that name, cupcake. In fact, he made a Nike shoe. Red velvet cupcake. Kevin Durant, alley-oop to Kevin Durant. One-handed slam dunk. Point guard Kevin Durant. Dunks. Successful alley-oop. Amazing. Kevin Durant to Kevin Durant. Incredible. The Slim Reaper. Durantula. Kevin Durant. What a layup. And this is power forward. New York. Kevin Durant. Okay, let's try to play defense. Now, Kevin Durant, of course, like I said, he should embrace the villain role. He should embrace it. And I can't wait till he comes back healthy. And he'll be playing with Kyrie Irving healthy. And they should contend for a championship. And Kevin Durant is currently one of the best players in the NBA. When he's healthy, if not the best player in the NBA. Because LeBron James is old, quite old. And Giannis is still young. Kevin Durant with a 3-point shot. Misses that shot, but Kevin Durant's a rebound. Slam dunk, Kevin Durant. Okay, now let's play our second matchup. Now we have Seattle Supersonic jerseys. Actually, my opponent has Seattle Supersonic jerseys. We have Brooklyn Nets jerseys. 2 teams that Kevin Durant played for. And we have Japanese anime core. Beautiful core. Gary Payton drives in. And Gary Payton is in a Seattle Supersonic jersey. How cool is that? Now, of course, the first team that Kevin Durant played for were the Seattle Supersonics. The Seattle Supersonics drafted him with the number 2 overall pick in the 2007 NBA draft. So Kevin Durant played for the Seattle Supersonics for 1 season before Seattle Supersonics moved to Oklahoma City. And of course, Kevin Durant's second team would be the Oklahoma City Thunder. And they made the Western Conference Finals many times. And one time they make the NBA Finals. But lots to the Miami Heat. Lots of LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. And of course, a lot has been said. What could have been as Kevin Durant scores? with that young nucleus of the young talented Kevin Durant, young Russell Westbrook, and a young James Harden, who was a sixth man. And a lot of people think they could have won multiple championships. They could have won multiple championships. So how very disappointing. Kevin Durant dunks. Kevin Durant gets a steal. Kevin Durant drives in. Misses that shot, unfortunately. Luka Doncic with a three-point shot. Misses that shot. Anthony Davis with a rebound. Now, the first overall pick in the 2007 NBA draft, the consensus overall pick, the best prospect, was Greg Oden. So the Portland Trail Blazers won the draft lottery, and Greg Oden was the consensus number one overall pick. Back then, big men, centers were more valuable. Greg Oden was seen as the next Shaquille O'Neal, the next dominant big man, or the next David Robinson. And of course, he immediately gets injured, and the first season does not even play for the Portland Trail Blazers. He eventually tries to come back, but always gets injured. So he's a bust due to injury. Now, every team with the number one pick would have drafted Greg Oden. But the truth is, the best player in that draft was Kevin Durant from the University of Texas. And he dominated college basketball. Was college basketball's best player his one lone season playing for the University of Texas Longhorns. At the time, the NBA decided in 2006, in 2005 was the last year the high school players could enter the draft. The last year, in 2005, Andrew Bynum, Lou Williams, J.R. Smith, those were the last high school players to enter. They were able to enter the draft directly out of high school. So 2006 NBA draft, no more high school players. So Kevin Durant could have been, if they didn't change the rule, Kevin Durant could have entered the 2006 NBA draft. Could have been drafted. And it's the same with Greg Oden. But the NBA changed the rules. The NCAA and college basketball. NCAA college basketball benefit from this rule. From the NBA rule change. And so Kevin Durant signed with the University of Texas. And University of Texas had Kevin Durant for 1 year. Like a 1 year rental. And of course the Ohio State Buckeyes had Greg Oden and Mike Conley Jr. for 1 year as well. So the 2007 NBA draft was incredibly deep. And as I already told you from my last video about the Florida Gators, it was Al Horford, who played college for 2 or 3 years, and Joakim Noah, who has played in college for 2 to 3 years, did not enter the 2006 NBA draft. Came back, even though they won one championship already for Florida. They came back and won a second championship for Florida, as they were the championships for 2007 that year. So it was a very deep NBA draft. The 2007 NBA draft was incredibly deep. Joakim Noah, Al Horford, who dominated college basketball, were great college basketball players. They were not even drafted number one overall pick. They were drafted, Al Horford drafted the 3rd overall pick by the Atlanta Hawks. And Joakim Noah was drafted 7th by the Chicago Bulls, I believe. And Kevin Durant, even though he played 1 year of college, was drafted number 2 overall pick by the Seattle Supersonics. And of course, Greg Oden was drafted number 1 overall pick by the Portland Trail Blazers. And Mike Conley Jr. was drafted number 4 by the Memphis Grizzlies. And as far as the 2007 NBA draft was incredibly hyped up draft. And it disappointed in many ways. Greg Oden was injured. Mike Conley Jr., even though he has a long NBA career, and he should be very proud of that, And he played for the Memphis Grizzlies for a long time as well. But he was supposed to be a multi-year All-Star. Many experts expected him to be a multi-year All-Star, similar to Chris Paul or Deron Williams. But he disappointed, of course, in terms of All-Star. He never made the All-Star team. Was a very great player, though. And even though he's on Utah Jazz now, it still continues to be a great veteran point guard. Now let's talk about Kevin Durant. And speaking of point guards, talk about Kevin Durant, the point guards that he played with in college at the University of Texas and in the NBA, who a lot of people talk about as Kevin Durant goes in for a dunk. So at the University of Texas, for only playing 1 year, Kevin Durant played with DJ Augustine. DJ's Augustine, of course, played for the University of Texas, was the point guard at the time. And he played with Kevin Durant. And DJ Augustine was drafted in the lottery. And he has had a long NBA career. Right now he's currently playing for the Orlando Magic. So he's still in the NBA, which is quite impressive. Now, of course, Kevin Durant's first point guard when it comes to the NBA would be Luke Rittenauer, I believe. Seattle Supersonics point guard. But then after 1 year later, it will be Russell Westbrook. The player he's most known to play with, Russell Westbrook. Now, Russell Westbrook, of course, was a great NBA point guard and still is. Now he's on Houston Rockets. Now, Kevin Durant cannot win a championship with Oklahoma City Thunder. So, July 4th, Kevin Durant leaves Oklahoma City and signs with the Golden State Warriors. And his point guard is, of course, Stephen Curry, two-time MVP Stephen Curry. And along with Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, they will win 2 NBA championships. Now, Kevin Durant last year left Golden State and signed with the Brooklyn Nets to have a fresh start, a new start. And the point guard that the Brooklyn Nets have currently, Kyrie Irving, who also signed there. Kyrie Irving, of course, a great point guard. Now we have this rare three-point play. It's very hard to shoot free throws in this game. We missed the shot, but the center, Kevin Durant, which I guess just got today, gets the rebound and lays the ball in. Amazing move right there. Of course, Kevin Durant was injured last year in the playoffs as Golden State Warriors were playing the LA Clippers. He got injured and then came back in the NBA Finals to help the Golden State Warriors try to win a championship against Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors. But he got injured again in the NBA Finals. Actually played really well in that one game that he played in the NBA Finals, but got injured. So Kevin Durant is still injured, rehabbing his injury. But it's been a year now. He should be back better than ever, hopefully. Hopefully, he's back to his old self. And a lot of people I know dislike Kevin Durant, but I'm a fan of basketball and I'm a fan of Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant, I hope, gets well. And he's for sure, first ballot Hall of Famer. He's won 2 NBA championships and was the NBA Finals MVP those 2 times. And he was definitely shown that he's the best player on the floor. Even better than Stephen Curry, even better than Klay Thompson, better than Draymond Green, and even at times better than LeBron James, Mr. Kevin Durant. Now, Kevin Durant, his height is listed at 6'9". But a lot of people, a lot of NBA analysis experts believe Kevin Durant is actually 7 feet tall. And I heard Kevin Durant sometimes, to impress the ladies, to impress the girls, says that he's 7 feet tall. But sometimes he says he's 6'9", I heard, because he wants to sell his Nike shoes. His Kevin Durant Nike shoes. We get a little bit of lag. As I said, that thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, press like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you are new.